Welcome back to Mike's Yoga channel and welcome to this lower body yoga for baseball players. When you're ready, roll your mat, grab some water, and let's get started. Okay everyone, so let's begin coming into a seated position with our legs extended out long. So in this sequence, we're going to be focusing essentially from the hips all the way down to the feet and the ankles. So we're going to start with our feet and ankles, and we're going to do what I like to call gas pedals. So just kind of standing up straight, you can let your hands rest by your sides. Essentially with your right foot, just pretend you're stepping on and stepping off the gas pedal. So just stepping back and forth. Go as fast or as slow as you like. Now from here, let's start to do some ankle circles with this right ankle. Moving one direction, and then going the other way. Awesome job, you guys. Let's take that over to the left foot. So pretend you're stepping on the clutch, stepping off the clutch, going back and forth as fast or as slow as you like. And then from here, start to do some ankle circles. Going in one direction and changing it up. Just warming up the feet and ankles here. Great job, you guys. Now from here, we'll come into a head to knee pose. So let's start by extending this right leg out long, keeping this right foot flexed towards you, left foot can just hug into the right thigh. From here on your next inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, shift a little bit towards that right leg and then melt it forward. In this pose, we're really breathing into the back of the right leg, breathing into the calf, the hamstring. And on your next exhale, mindfully roll it back up, release. From here, let's just take it over to the other side. So extending this left leg long, keeping that left foot flexed, hugging this right foot into the left leg. On your next inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, shift a little bit towards that left leg and then melt it forward. Again, really breathing into the back of the left leg. And on your next exhale, mindfully release. From here, let's make our way into a deer pose, otherwise commonly referred to as a 90-90 stretch. So essentially what we're doing is we're creating two 90-degree angles in both of our legs. So let's start with our right leg in front of us, keeping this right knee in line with the right hip. 90-degree angle in the leg, right foot is flexed. And let's bring this left knee in line with our left hip, 90-degree angle in the leg, left foot is flexed. Hands can just rest by your side, sit up nice and tall. So you should definitely feel this in the hips here. next exhale, mindfully release. Let's just take that over to the other side. So bringing our left leg in front of us, our right leg behind us. Keeping this left knee in line with the left hip, 90-degree angle on the left leg, left foot is flexed. Bringing this right knee in line with the right hip, 90-degree angle, right foot is flexed, hands resting by your side, sit up nice and tall. As always, make sure to breathe. And on your next exhale, let's mindfully release. From here, we'll make our way into an extended child's pose. So let's bring our knees as wide as the mat, letting the big toes touch behind you. From here, just start to walk your hands along in front of you, letting your forehead rest in the mat. So in this pose, again, we're really breathing into the hips here. And on your next exhale, let's bring it up and we'll come into all fours. So let's stack the hands right underneath the shoulders, the knees right underneath the hips. Fingers are spread wide, hands are actively pushing into the mats. And once you have this nice foundation, let's extend this right leg along behind you and just kind of go up and down. Again, breathing into the back of the right leg. Now from here, let's step this right foot over our left leg, look back over our left shoulder, back at our right foot. Take a breath here. Exhale, come back to center. Let's take that over to the other side. So extending that left leg along behind you and just rocking up and down. Breathing into that leg as well as that ankle and the foot. Now from here, let's step that left foot over our right leg, look back over our right shoulder at our left foot. Exhale, come back to center. Awesome job, you guys. From here, let's make our way up into a downward facing dog. And once you get here, feel free to pedal out your feet. Again, focus on the back of the legs, getting a nice stretch in those calves and those hamstrings. And then when you're ready on your next inhale, let's lift that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the right knee, step the right foot up in between the hands, lower the left knee down, left shoelaces down. From here on your next inhale, let's rise up, coming into a low lunge. So in this low lunge, let's keep this right knee over the right ankle, hips in one line. So for some of us, we may have to draw our right hip back just a little bit and bring this left hip forward. Core slightly engaged. Make sure to breathe. Awesome stretch for the hips and the psoas muscle here. On your next exhale, let's bring the hands down to the mat and keep sliding your hands down the mat, straightening out this right leg, keeping that right foot flexed. Again, another awesome stretch for the back of the right leg. Exhale, shift it forward, plant the hands, step it back to downward facing dog. When you're ready, let's go over to the other side. So on your next inhale, lift that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the left knee. Step the left foot up in between the hands. Lower the right knee down, right shoelaces down. Inhale, let's rise up. So again, let's make sure this left knee is over left ankle, hips in one line. So for some of us, we may have to draw that left hip back, bring that right hip forward, core engaged. Exhale, let's plant the hands down to the mat. Keep sliding the hands down, straightening out this left leg, keeping this left foot flexed, coming into runner's stretch. Exhale, shift it forward, plant the hands, step it back to downward facing dog. Great job, you guys. Now from here, let's lower the knees down, keeping the knees together, and let's curl the toes and sit back under your heels, coming into a toe stand. Awesome stretch for the feet and the ankles here. If this is just too intense for you, you can always uncurl the toes and sit back on your heels like this. Wherever you are, just stay here for a couple breaths. Take a water break if you need one. On your next exhale, let's release. From here, let's take a seat and we'll extend our legs out long, coming back to where we started. This time we're going to be taking another forward fold. This time we'll be keeping the legs together. So on your next inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, melt it forward. As always, breathing into the back of the legs. Sending the legs lots of love today. On your next exhale, mindfully release, roll it back up. From here, let's make our way onto our backs. We'll finish up with a couple hip poses. So let's start by coming into a reclined pigeon. So let's plant the soles of the feet into the mat, and we'll start by stepping our right foot over our left leg. Now from here, lifting that left leg up off the mat, keeping this left calf parallel with the ground, keeping both feet flexed. Now from here, threading your hands through and grabbing hold of the back of that left leg. You should definitely feel this in the right hip. So option to stay here, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you're welcome just to keep the legs exactly where they are, but slowly bring the sole of the right foot down into the mat. Keeping this right knee pointing up towards the sky. Hands can just rest on your torso here. Great stretch for the IT band here as well. On your next exhale, come back to center, and let's just take that over to the other side. So let's plant the sole of the right foot down into the mat, step the left ankle over the right leg. Then from here, lift that right leg up off the mat, keeping the right calf parallel with the ground, keeping both feet flexed. From here, thread your arms through, grab a hold of the back of the right leg. Again, option to stay here, or we can come into that deeper stretch by keeping the legs exactly where they are and just bringing the sole of the left foot down. Keeping this left knee pointing up towards the sky, hands just resting on your body. Exhale, mindfully come back to center. Awesome job, you guys. From here, we'll come into a reclined butterfly. So let's just bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees open up wide, letting the hips open up naturally here. A couple options with your hands. You can let them rest by your sides, or you can have one hand on your belly, the other one on your heart. I encourage you to close your eyes here as well. And on your next exhale, let's extend the legs out long, extend the arms out long, taking up some space, coming into final Shavasana, letting the mind and the body reap all the benefits from today's practice. So I encourage you to stay here for as long as you like, or if you're ready to go, we can rock up, coming into a seated position of your choice. And wherever you are, let's bring our hands together at our heart. Thank you all so much for sharing your time and your energy with me today. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. From here, let's bring our hands up to our third eye. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste.